Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Welcome back. So I got the Blackjack 42 out here at the Park Pine for a shakedown session. Okay, gonna be running the boat on 8S. Okay, I have these 8600 4S twins. These are SRDs, the V3s. We're gonna be testing the big block. I'm really excited about this, boys. This is a 5660 1356 kV TP motor. Okay, it's a big block. So this boat comes with a 46 series motor. This is a 56 series motor. No, it comes with a 42 series. Oh shit, what is it? Yeah, I think it is 46. That's what it comes with. We have the Cobra 5 high voltage in here. So I did some math, I've done some specs, you know, RPM, and I'm pretty sure that I can run this motor right here on 10S. So I have some 5000 SRD 6S and a 5000 SRD 4S will run at the speed run spot 10S with this 1356. I think it's within the RPM allowance for this motor. So yeah, so we're gonna run this 5016 first here at the Park Pine, and I'm actually thinking about, I kind of want to put this X450 on for my initial shakedown. You know, that'll probably be more suitable in this pond. The lower pitch, I get a better takeoff, you know. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and put this prop on real quick. So let me get everything ready. So it was tough to get this motor in here, you guys. And I started to make a video about it, but it would have taken me 2 days to do it with a video, whereas off camera I was able to do it in one evening, you know. But I actually had to grind right here. You see how the motor is almost wider than the mount, the plastic here. So I had to grind here. I had to grind the forward support larger to accommodate the larger motor. I actually had to take some of this, see how it's raised? This inner skeletal system's raised under the motor. I had to like grind it flush with the bottom so that the motor don't press on it. It was a tough install, but it's completely possible. Okay, all right. Yeah, this pond's a little small for this boat, but I just finished up the upgrade, and I figured I would come out here and give it some hell, you know what I'm saying? So let's do that. Let's give it some hell. Come on. I'll be running into a wind over here. Oh, what the hell happened there? Caught an edge. I can't believe that 5016 OSE gave me 103 or 102 the other day with a flip. That 5016, I've run that 5016 many times and can only get like 85 with it. But I guess 12S and 70,000 RPM will do that, right? It's pretty, y'all. Running good. It likes that prop, that's for sure. It likes the center of gravity I got, and I didn't have to push my batteries all the way forward. Let's go, boy. Woo, let's go, let's go. Nice. I've always loved this boat right here, y'all. I've always loved this boat right here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Drifting, boy. All right, let's go check that voltage. This is a set of packs I do not want to mess up. You can't get them no more. They're the V3s, and they are completely freaking boss 2 years later. You know? So I feel like that was a pretty good thrashing, right? That should give us a damn good baseline to temps wise with an X450 and a damn hard bashing. You know? That was pretty flipping fun. And we didn't flip it. 76 in the park pond, I'll take it. Not my personal best with this boat in the park pond, that's for damn sure. I've got, you know, like 84. This is the fastest boat in this pond that I have. I think I've got 83 or 84 with it in this little pond. No smoke or no steam. Come on. She likes it. Not a drop of water in the boat either. 88, 91, 119. So the temps are like so much cooler in the 42 than they were with this same motor in the 48, right? The mono versus cat, 113 on the ESC, she was working. The ESC was flipping working. Hottest temps I've ever had on this Cobra 5 high voltage, 104, 113, 111. Hell yeah, that's awesome temps, boys. 109. Add another 40 degrees to this motor in this setup in the 48. You know, seriously, add another 40 degrees to it, which I was running it in the summertime, so I guess that don't count. Oh, look at there, perfect timing, 379. I was gonna throw it back out there, but we're gonna call it done. D-U-N, done, not cooked. She's done. Oh, I love it. I don't think I've seen any Blackjack 42s, anybody running a big block. So yeah, we're gonna put 10S on it, okay? 6S, 4S, 10S. The more S's, the more P's, the faster your shit goes, right? S's, you get it? P's, pitches, you get it? What a fun session with the 42. Just a quick, you know, shakedown. Yeah, I had a freaking blast. So I wanted to show you guys this this new Outrigger. Well, actually, it's not new. It's a vintage nitro Outrigger that I just picked up. So I want to give a shout out to Buddy Jenkins, the gentleman that sent the Mean Machine and the gasser. Has donated another hull to the COWLs. So, brother, I appreciate it. Hell yeah, dude. This thing's freaking sick, man. So, you guys are probably wondering what it is. Probably had never seen one of these before. This is an old vintage nitro Coyote. Okay, very similar in looks to the Roadrunner. Okay, pretty sure Dumas had a smaller version of like the little rascal, very similar in looks, but this thing right here is it's a big boy. It's 40 inches long, 38-inch tub, 40 inches long, and I think, you know, give or take about 22 inches wide. So it actually has, as you can see, two sets of sponsons with it. So we have the original sponsons, and we have an, I don't know if you would call it, well, I guess maybe an upgrade sponson, right? Just they're not meant for this boat. They're a little longer, a little wider, a little taller, And you know, I asked Buddy, I was like, why'd you switch the sponsons out? He was like, why not? You know, just wanted something different. So I think we're gonna, if we when we build this boat, we'll probably keep these because I like them. They look better, and I like the bottom a little better than these. So yeah, we got us a vintage Coyote. Come on. Beep beep meow. Okay, so it actually has these 12mm boom tubes. It's like a male female connection here. Pretty cool. Rear sponsons. I've only had one boat that I've tried to run rear sponsons on. It was that Top Fuel drag boat that I built years ago. And I ran the rear sponsons a couple runs. I didn't like them on that boat, but the rear sponsons are very popular, especially like on a lot of the vintage riggers. A lot of guys still run them. They work, right? It's a way to get the back of the boat out the water, give it something to ride on, especially on some of the older, like lower power systems. You know, rear skis was a really efficient method to get a boat to run on rails, basically. So yeah, had a nitro motor in it. So this boat, we've got so many freaking options. It's actually kind of crazy. So we could put a nitro in it, but I don't like the glow plugs. I don't like dealing with nitro. Now gas, we could do a gas. We could possibly put a gas motor in this thing. It's big enough. I mean, if we're crazy enough, we could do it. It's got a 5-inch rail right here, right? We'd have to get creative, but you could probably do it. We could do twins. We could do twin 40 series motors. We can do one big block single motor. We could do one big block with a TFL gearbox with twin output. We got the room. Okay, so we would need to make a cowling. You know, maybe pour up some foam, shape up a cowling, lay some fiberglass over it, and then, you know, dig the foam out. Or we can make a wooden cowling, which would probably look pretty sick on here. Need us a lid for our radio box area, okay, and you know, electronics and hardware. We'll need a turn fin. We don't have a turn fin bracket, but I think we do have a turn fin in this little bag of goodies I want to show you. So let me show you the boat. Well, so we're going to need to fill some holes if we figure out which set of sponsons we want to run, because the boom tube width is not the same. Okay, so we could actually make the boom tube width the same, so we could interchange the sponsons. So that's an idea, but we need to figure out which width we're going to go with, and then fill one of the two holes here. Okay, one thing that's actually got me scratching my head is this brass tube they have. Looks like it's running to the motor area, and it runs the length of the hull. It's like under here, and then it exits right here. So if anybody knows what this right here, what the main reason they had it in the boat, the main function, I would greatly appreciate the input. Just scratching my head over that. Looks like this was the throttle linkage here. They had the standard size servo mounted here, maybe a 5th scale servo here, and the steering linkage to the rudder. Okay. Looks like it's got an on off switch here, or a kill switch. Okay, maybe it was probably servo actuated. They probably had like a servo double side tape to the side. Could be wrong. I'm not real familiar with nitro boats and how they worked. That was a little before my time. I did dabble around with nitro, just never liked it. So this thing right here is probably going to be a flipping oval monster, right? A little shot of the rear skis, nice non-trip angle here, nice non-trip angle here. Just a flat ride surface on the sponsons, no steps. Nothing fancy. These things are fast. When they're set up right, they're fast. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I've seen them run. So yeah, actually, RC anything. Check him out. He'll probably leave a comment in the comment section. Check him out. He actually has a Roadrunner, which is very similar to this, but I think it's smaller, if I'm not mistaken. Not as wide, and it will literally cut your flipping head off in a turn. Dude, I had to say it, brother. Y'all should go watch the video he got. It's called "This Thing Will Cut Your Head Off" or something like that. Like I don't even remember, but dude, guys, I mean, he had the Roadrunner doing 80+ mph ovals, wide open throttle, just pinned, and it just stuck to the water. So if this thing runs anything like his Roadrunner, it's going to be a spectacle, to say the least, right? So let's move on to the little bag of goodies here. I'll make this part kind of quick. Actually, it's pretty cool stuff, to be honest with you. So this is for the gasser. This is a Venturi. I hope I said that right. A Venturi cone for the carburetor. Okay, so we might pick up a couple mile an hour with this. Maybe gain a little torque, right? Get a little more air in quicker, faster. Air in, air out. Let's go. Here's the turn fin. It looks like this turn fin was actually. It looks like it was bolted up to the stock sponsons. Yeah. So it looks like they actually had it bolted up there because the bolt pattern matches. Nice stainless steel fin. I like the shape of it. You know, got a little small bend at the bottom. It actually looks like it's going to have some lean in. So it would hook up, you know. I noticed on a lot of Roadrunners and Coyotes, they actually run the fin extended off the sponson, kind of like I did my shrimp rigger. So that's probably what we'll do depending on where we find our CG at with this thing here. So got us a fin to start off with. Okay. I think this rudder right here is pretty neat. I like how I like older, like vintage hardware, you know. I like looking at homemade hardware. A lot of guys put a lot of thought and effort into their setups, you know, and like nowadays we got it made. Like Speedmaster, all the setbacks, they all interchange. You can run a 2, a 3, a 4, a 6, a 8-inch setback on the same boat, and you just basically have to pull 2 or 3 bolts and bolt it on. You know, back in the day they had to get creative. So I like looking at older hardware. You know, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? So this one's pretty neat because it's kind of like a blind mount, right? It don't have the flange coming off of it. It's been drilled, and it mounts to the hull blindly. So it gives it a nice clean look, and you can get this rudder into a tight situation. You know what I'm saying? And you can make something like this so simple, right? Piece of 6061 or 775, and cut yourself out a bracket for a rudder and make, so easy, so simple, you know, just a little bit of time. So this actually, it kind of reminds me of an Octura, but I could be wrong there. Okay, again, some more homemade hardware. Servo mount here, piece of L bracket with a notch for the servo, tapped a couple 4 mounting holes, and then it gets mounted in the boat. A lot of times they'll have like a stud coming out of here, and you just put a couple nuts on to hold the servo in so it's removable, or you actually have a nut plate in the boat and you screw the screw into the nut plate. So pretty trick that'll give you guys an idea for a really cheap servo mount, lightweight, right? With 12mm collars. I do not want to lose these. Probably hard to get your hands on. And this really nice stinger right here. I like this thing, man. So I've been planning a big monohull build for a while, kind of thinking in my mind how I want to get it set up, and I want to run a flooded stuffing tube. So this stinger right here, see these elongated holes right here? So that allows the stinger to be moved up and down height-wise on the back of the boat, so you can adjust the ride height, right? So lower on the transom, the boat will run higher in the water. Higher on the transom, it'll settle the boat down into the water, okay? So I want to run a flooded stuffing tube. It's like a big tube that your stuffing tube goes into, and it allows you to move a stinger or strut up and down on a mono, like you would a catamaran, right? A strut on a catamaran or a hydro gives you more adjustability. So this thing's pretty nice. Not sure who makes it. It might be a TFL. It might be a TFL stinger, an old school one. So it's actually got an adjustable barrel here. Pretty neat. It's got some adjustability. Like I said, some of the older hardware, they really put some thought into it. You know, I like that. I do. I really do. It's for a 1/4 inch cable. So, buddy, I appreciate you sending the goodies out. I like showing you guys some of this older hardware. It gives you ideas for your boats, you know. Like the shape of this turn fin. That's beautiful. Look at that. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. This boat's freaking cool, man. I never in a million years thought I'd have something like this, you know. Especially not one this big, you know. Man, this thing is sick. So I'm going to hang it up on the wall right there, and we'll get started on it sometime. I'm not jumping on it because we got that little 26-inch catamaran we need to start and finish up the Bulgarian. So, yep, let you guys go. What a fun outing with that 42, and I am so excited to take it to the speed run spot next. So when we do take it to the speed run spot, we'll check data for our last 2 outings. Okay, that's my plan. I want to compare the data with the 4070 on that 102 mile per hour run with the 90 and 91, and then the data we get from the big block our next outing. So we'll be comparing a long 4070 versus a big 5660. So it should be pretty interesting data check. So with that, I'll let you guys go. I appreciate you watching. Again, I always like to say thank you to the boat gang for all the support over the years. I wanted to show you guys the new boat. You know, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys know what this right here is for, hit me up in the comments, because it's like kind of driving me nuts. I cannot figure out what that would be for. It's killing me. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.